Hey, I'm Michael Dendy with VA Wholesale Mortgage, and I'm here with Jennifer O'Neill, and her ranch, which she calls a farm, is Hope and Healing at Hillenglade. So I'm here with her to let her tell her story.
Thank you, all of you, and thank you for what your company does for the veterans. It's awesome. And thank you for all the veterans and your service. Hope and Healing at Hillenglade is an equine-assisted program that I started in 2010. We've served over 4,000 military, and my backstory of interest in veterans came from my dad, who was a bona fide war hero in World War II. He was a pilot. He came out as a major. He was shot down over Germany and was in a prison camp for 2.5 years. Went back to London and got my mom and married her and whisked her off to Brazil. So it was all very romantic, but my dad taught me the biggest honor in the whole world is to protect his country. And that's always what I thought about. Of course, I wanted to marry my dad because he was a hero. So when I married a Marine from Vietnam, and he now suffers 100% disability from PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. But then we didn't know what it was. So I understood the difficulties of coming back after service and integrating into the world here in the States from the family side. But it gave me a deeper heart for our veterans and how they suffer. And we're losing well over 25 veterans to suicide or active service members a day. And the divorce rate is astronomical in that world because of the stresses. So here at Hope and Healing at Hillenglade, we use horses for therapy. We're also adding on art and music and lyrics and anything else that we can do to give these wonderful heroes an ability to deal with their triggers, how to have a better home life, how to have a better work life, and the horses are magical. They have 17 expressions. When you work a horse, and we'll show you in a bit, at liberty, that means not with holding on to them at all. It's a relationship that has to build because horses are flight animals. And they don't come like a dog and wag their tail and just trust you right off. They have to get to know you, and it's a dance. It's a ballet. It's about communication, as they said, trust, which is essential, and all the elements really that are essential in good relationships. And they're incredibly sensitive horses, so that they mirror what you bring into that round pen. They mirror. If you're tense, if you're angry, if you're having an episode, they're not going to play with you. But if they trust you and you have that communication, there's nothing like it. It's so amazing. So I'm very blessed. I started work at 15 to buy a horse, and I bred them for 40 years and showed in the A circuit. And now God has put those two passions of horses and for the veterans together. I love how he recycles passions. So there are a lot of people around the country that have horses and would love to know how to offer these opportunities to the people who sacrifice so much, our veterans and their families. We're opening a learning center here shortly to make that happen and teach more people how to be certified handlers. And with the great generosity of companies such as yours, we can continue to go on because we're a 501c3 and we do not charge our military for our services or the family. So thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Hey, I'm William Bentram. I came to Hillenglade about a little over a year ago, and I came straight from the VA after an attempted suicide. I was in the U.S. Army for 6.5 years, went to Iraq for a year and to Afghanistan for 15 months. Didn't conform into the civilian sector very good. I had my PTSD working pretty bad on me. Went through some multiple cognitive therapies and everything, and one time it just didn't work. About July of last year, I went into the VA psych ward, and a friend of my family decided to talk to Miss Jennifer O'Neill about having me come to Hill & Glade Farm, and she said, bring him on. So that my friend brought me over here, and I met with Miss Jennifer, and I started in the Empowerment Transition Program here, and went through it. We worked with horses and learned some things about myself that I didn't even know, and went through the Empowerment Transition Program, graduated, and actually ended up having the luxury of getting a job here, and now I've managed a farm. Different veterans go through different things. We're not all the same. PTSD is not the same throughout the board. But I know a lot about it, and it's a whole lot easier to talk to somebody that has been through some of the stuff you've been through, and Miss Jennifer knows a good bit about helping the family and everybody else throughout of it, so it could, instead of just working with you, it could be working with your whole family. So it's more than just you that's in this bout with PTSD. I have been doing much better. I could not thank everybody enough here. Jennifer and the staff here was great for me, and I am looking forward to helping as many veterans as I possibly can.
I'm Michael Dendy with VA Wholesale Mortgage, and VA Wholesale Mortgage is donating $5,000 to Hope and Healing at Hill & Glade. And Jennifer, we thank you for all the service that you do for veterans here in the community and growing this all across the country.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the generosity. We need this. Our warriors need it. Our heroes need it. And I know that's what your company's heartbeat is. So thank you so much.